Hello everyone, I'm Sam Highfield and I did all the visual effects for the kids TV show 4 O'Clock Club. It's on CBBC every Friday 5:30 PM and I'm going to be uploading one of these videos after each episode is shown on CBBC. I'm going to take a little look behind the scenes at how some of the effects were done. Okay, so there's quite a few visual effects in episode 1. I think there are about 25 or 30 visual effect shots, but we're just going to focus on 5. Okay, so when you watch the episode, the first one that you saw was Nathan sinking through quicksand, which is this shot here. So what we did was we filmed Nathan on a green screen, and we wanted to put him on a platform that moved down. So we had like this pneumatic lift and we let it sink down, and that was the motion of him sinking through the floor. You could have thought that, well, maybe we could just film him flat on and then we could just moved him in a program like this, which is called Adobe After Effects, my favourite one. And we could just move him through the floor, but we wouldn't have got the perspective change. So it would have looked like literally like taking a photo and just dragging it down. So you can see the lighting here. What we've done is we've just matched the lighting. So if you take a look at this, is the finished shot here. You can see that there's a slight halo on the guy's. So that's the light's kind of coming from this direction, and then it's kind of like an ambient light all around. So we matched that by putting the main light, the key light, over here. And then we kind of had like a few lights everywhere to create that kind of big ambient light. I'm just going to do a bit of a breakdown. So first we had Nathan. I can take him away. There's some other things like a shadow. If I just turn that on and off, that's off and that's on. And what else do we do? I think I had a subtle, that's the rest of the classroom. That's the false floor that I had to put in. And oh, and there was a subtle reflection as well, if you can see it there. And it's all these little things, because if I just put Nathan in there on his own, it looks like it's kind of been stuck there. But if I go and add in a shadow behind him and add in a subtle reflection as well, it's all these little things that that build up the realism. So even if you don't see them consciously, you see them subconsciously. So if you do effects yourself and you put someone in a situation like this, an environment like this, and you think, why doesn't it look real? You just need to think about shadows, reflections, what would be blocked by light, what would the shadow flow over, would it cover all these drawers, all these little things that you might not see consciously, but you see them subconsciously. So it's all these little details that make the finished thing comfortable to watch. Okay, so the next visual effects shot we're going to show you is the one that I got asked about most after we finished production, which was doing these time freeze shots. So I'm just going to play it for you. So what we've got there is we've got a frozen football that's suspended in the air. The idea is I've got some frozen water there, frozen crisps. This would have been very difficult to do with physical props. I'm going to go and show you how you can do those time freeze effects. Okay, so all you need is a glass of water, and you also need some special powder to mix in there to get the time freeze effect. Okay, hey, there we go, there's a special powder. So all we do is we just mix it in, like so. Here we go, and then give it a good mixing as well. Okay, so we mix it all together, and then all we need to do is we're going to go and throw it, and then it's going to freeze in the air. Look at that! And all you got to do is you got to take just that there, and then you just put it in the footage. And that is how you do the frozen time effect with that freezing water in the air as well. And we can do it for basketball as well. Ah, there we go. Okay, here's another shot. This is the shot of loads of students at Aylesbury School. I almost let slip a spoiler then. Anyway, if you haven't watched the first episode, but this is a load of the Aylesbury School students in here. Make sure you watch the episode. If you haven't watched the episode and you're watching this, shame on you. You should watch it on TV first. What we have to do is we're going to go and film them like this. Okay. Now, so what we did was we filmed like a block of students in each quarter. So when you put that together, it looks like this here. Okay. Well, that wasn't. We basically want this to look as big as possible. So what we do is we go and expand it a bit further, like that there. Okay. And if you're a visual effects person, if you're looking, well, what's the difference between this here and that there, apart from more students? One of them is the colour looks a bit drab here, and it's fine here. This is recorded, this is in a log space, like 10-bit space, and this is in linear space, which is 8 bits per channel. Okay. But anyway, if you don't understand that, don't worry about it, but that's basically more like how you see it on real TV. Okay. This is kind of how us visual effects people and colour graders, this is how we actually work with the image. Okay, I'll just give a quick breakdown here. So if I just do a breakdown of the scene, I'm just going to take away a few layers at a time. So I'm going to remove that layer there, that one, there we go, and that's how we split it up. So let's take a look at another visual effect, and we can take a look at what that is there. Now it's the mayor falling on the floor. Now you can't have real actors taking a tumble on hard floor. Okay, we had to remove the mat afterwards. Now the trouble is that normally what I do is I'd cover this in like a bright green or a bright blue material. However, in this scene earlier on, she's wearing a bright green jacket, and Nathan, who was in the scene before, it's not in this example, but Nathan wore a bright blue jacket. So we can only really key out green or blue cleanly. And at hand, when we were shooting this, we didn't really have much material, so we were kind of stuck with this bluey grey material that doesn't key out at all. When I say, if you don't know what keying out is, it's when you have this green screen stuff, and you basically remove the green screen. This had to be painted out frame by frame. It took me 2 days. That was actually one of the hardest visual effects shot, and it's actually just invisible. So the hard life of a visual effects artist. Sometimes your hardest work doesn't even get seen or appreciated. But anyway, that's the job. So that's the end of it for this episode. Now I'm going to be doing one of these videos every Friday, and I'm going to be uploading it at 6 PM on YouTube, and it'll be a breakdown of how we did the visual effects for each episode. So after you've watched the TV show, come over to my video and you can see a little bit of behind the scenes. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.